Sometimes our personal growth is not quite what we would hope it was. Maybe sometimes it feels non-existent, and that can prompt us to get very frustrated and maybe even say, nothing works for me. So let's do some tapping on that. Taking full responsibility for your own well-being. Even though nothing works for me, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though nothing works for me, I choose to love and honor myself anyway. Even though nothing works for me, and I have tried it all. For personal issues, for professional issues, for all kinds of areas of my life. I have tried so many things in an attempt to get better, and nothing works for me. And even though nothing works for me, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself and anyone else who has contributed to this feeling. Nothing works for me. Nothing works for me. It feels like nothing works for me. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to feel better. And it feels like I've tried all the programs. I've read all the books. I've been to all the seminars. And I still feel stuck. I guess nothing works for me. All this frustration, all this disappointment, I choose to at least clear that. Although I don't know why I'm even bothering, since nothing works for me. And is that really true? I have to realize that it isn't. I may not have gotten everything I've wanted. I may not have the success I desire in any or all parts of my life. But I'm still here. I'm still alive. So something must be working for me. The food I eat might not be the best, but apparently it works enough for my survival. Somehow I'm surviving. So something must be working for me. Which means I can't really say that nothing works for me. So I'm releasing that belief. Releasing this belief that nothing works for me. Okay, so maybe I'm surviving. But I want to thrive. I want things to work better for me. And the fact is, people do what works for them. So I can look at the things I've tried, and I have to wonder, how effectively have I been doing them? And if I haven't been doing them totally effectively, that's because that's what works for me. It works for me to keep me stuck, to keep me in my comfort zone. Things haven't worked better for me because I probably haven't allowed them to. Because part of me doesn't want them to. Part of me is really committed to staying in my comfort zone. And it doesn't matter what book I read or program I try. Part of me is going to stop it from working. Because part of me believes that's what works for my survival. That's what keeps me safe. So when it feels like nothing works for me, having these things not work for me is what works for me. Based on my old fears. All this fear of change, which I choose to release. Releasing this fear of change at a cellular level. Releasing this fear of growth from every fiber of my being. Releasing these fears all the way back through my past. Back through all those times in my life where I got the message that it wasn't safe to change. So when I tried something that could lead to change, I made sure it didn't work. And not because I'm bad or stupid. I just have old programming that said it wasn't safe. And I'm clearing that old programming. It is safe for me to change. It is safe for me to grow. It's safe for me to get better. It's safe for me to let things work for me. All the things that I've tried have worked for at least one person. They could work for me. As long as I allow it to work for me. I'm allowing things to work for me. I deserve to let things work for me. And maybe some things won't be right for me. And I can always learn from that. So rather than getting frustrated and saying that nothing works for me, I can look at what happened and I can learn from that. I can find things that'll work better for me. As I clear what stops things from working for me. I'm allowing things to work for me. As I get better and better in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. And go ahead and let things work for you, because you deserve that. Thanks.